nothing really happens in the magic phases. I know there's going to be. I need to charge that unit, so I don't want any buffs going up on that unit. I don't want any buffs going up on the other unit because that combat's dicey. He'll probably get it, but I want to hold that unit on the unit of right Crocscores as long as I can. So he wins. I run away. I rally on the board edge. My Quarreler unit rallies on the board edge. Problem with this is he just turns and faces. Turns to face my flank. Okay, so this is my turn now. Not a lot else happened really. I think he went down the flank with the salamander, but he misfired and ate the last skink. He passed his monster reaction test, and the skinks aren't really in position for decent kill zone yet. So anyway, I charge in. Problem is with this, I have to break this unit, or I'm going to get flanked. And I'm going to get held up for ages. And you can see the way that he's placed them. I could, if I roll, I think it's about a 6 maybe. If I roll a 6, I will probably get out of 6 or 7. I'll get out of both of their charge arcs. So it was worth a go. So this is just a picture of me coming round. What I did with the rest of the units. I rank up because I need combat blocks now. Because it's just going to turn into big messy combats at this point. We continue combat. Here, I think he manages to kill off one of my crew, which is quite annoying, but I'm stubborn, so we continue to fight. I manage to fluff my attacks on the Pterodon, 3s to hit, 4s to wound. It's just getting annoying on that one. Okay, so this is combat. I do a load of wounds to him with my, or a fair few wounds with my Lord and my BSB. He does a couple back to me, but this happens. 4 parry saves. 4 saves to make from the unit. This is the unit of hammerers hitting, and he makes 4 parry saves. Now this becomes a problem because it means that I only win combat by a little bit. He's leadership 10 with a reroll. He's not stubborn, so I think it's like leadership 7 or something, or maybe even lower. But the problem is he's cold-blooded as well with a reroll, so he just doesn't run away, and I really need him to run away. So this happens in his turn. He flank charges, and from now on, there's not really a lot else to say because it just becomes big messy combats. So I'll try and whiz through this as quickly as possible. Really, there's not a lot of magic going off either, not a lot of shooting. So anyway, big messy combats. This is a picture of him killing off my war machines because the salamander's coming around. He's got some support. I can't kill off this skink on a Pterodon. It's just ridiculous. What I should really be doing is getting my my master engineer in there and just seeing if I can do something. He's got a brace of pistols, so he can just try and shoot something off maybe. But the problem is everything's in combat. One of my grudge throwers also misfires and turns around. Big messy combat going on in the middle. He's starting to make up his death circle now. He gets net off on my Quarrelers to try and stop a flank charge. Killing off my war machines further. I don't know why I took so many pictures of all this because not really a lot happens. I start to lose combat, but I start killing off the unit in front. So hopefully I'll get some points there by the end of it. Quarrelers fail their strength test and then D6 die. My other 2 blocks start coming around. You can see that they're slowly being dwindling away because they're being shot at. He's building up quite a nice death crescent type thing now with his skinks. Oh, that got horrible, that combat. Loads of I think he does a lot of hits against my unit with his Crocscores, so he starts killing them off. It's down to only a few hammerers and my characters. War machines start going. He starts building up the little arc now to get some mass fire on that unit of warriors. He starts taking out my last grudge thrower and master engineer. I don't know what this is all about. I think it was a magic missile or something because he's using light, but he manages to kill off the last of my Quarrelers, which was a shame. because they hold quite a lot of points. He gets net off on my other unit of quarrelers just to stop a flank charge. Kills off the last grudge thrower. Carries on fighting with the master engineer. Oh, I've just noticed that I've had the clicker, my mouse right next to the microphone, so you might be hearing a lot of clicking. Sorry, I apologise for that. Basically, I flank charge. Okay, so basically there's the Lord combat in the middle, because he manages to kill off the rest of my hammerers because he rear charges with his bunker block. So we just continue to combat. He kills off the hammerers. The one unit of Crocscore, I managed to get that unit in front of Crocscore down to 1 wound, but unfortunately he manages to rally. Annoyingly, he rolls a double 1 and rallies. So yeah, no points there for that big Crocscore unit. Oh, this was quite funny. His Slan tries to cast some magic. 3 dice, rolls a double 6. Cascades into the warp. Fantastic. You know, it's a small consolation prize, really. It's a fair few points, but it's not going to change the tides of the battle. But still funny, still great to see when it happens, when the party Slan goes down a hole. But yeah, so he managed to do that, and even he says that Adam said that he was like, "Why did I cast magic? I just have no idea why I cast magic. I was just winning that combat." Sometimes you get a bit carried away. You go, oh, "I've got all this dice, so I might as well." I've had that case as well. So you know, I'm sure he won't be doing that in future games. Combat knocks a wound off my. He only with all those attacks and everything. He only does 1 wound to my Lord. You just can't kill him. He's just so good. You know, he's just unkillable. He really is. But in the end, I just flee. You know, he wins through combat res. No BSB. BSB manages to die in the gets Crocscore earlier on. Sorry, I was starting to rush that because I was getting towards 15 minutes, but then I thought I might as well just skip it onto a next video and try and keep the rest a bit shorter. So the BSB manages to die. I just fluff his armour saves, which was a shame. So no reroll, and that's pretty much how the game ends. I get 20-0'd in the end. I didn't play amazingly well, but I felt like there were some key things in that game. There were some very key moments, like my hammers versus his Crocscore. If I managed to get that Crocscore unit, if I managed to run it down, it just gave me free reign into his bunker. And my hammers against his bunker, he's on 4s to hit, 4s to wound. He might have a fair few attacks, but he's not in horde. I would just eventually twat that unit, get his Slan, get that unit, and then I've got free reign. So, you know, that would have got me a fair few points. But, you know, he played it well. He did what he needed to do. He saw some opportunities, and he took them. So fair play to Adam. Nice guy. Yeah, I think it was a 20-0 in the end for that one. But I always do that on my first game. I should really start playing the evenings before, because I'm always rusty when I go into my first game. My deployment wasn't great. And thinking that bit of terrain was impossible was just silly, because it meant that I couldn't back anything up. But that was my own silly fault. You know, we discussed that it wasn't. I was just being a bit of a tard, to be honest. But anyway, that's my first game. Hopefully it wasn't too sketchy. I've got less pictures for my other ones, which is probably better. I've got pictures of the majority of the main things, and that's really what matters. Like, I don't need pictures of just every single combat against the war machines. But that was a shame that he managed to take out all those war machines, especially with the Pterodon. Pterodon managed to kill off 2 on his own, 1 Pterodon. Anyway, thanks for watching, and hopefully you can catch some of the other videos that will be on there soon. Thanks, bye.